I think it's time that we get you an intervention. And by intervention, I'm talking about Tony Romo. Let me explain this real quick. CBS had attempted an intervention with broadcaster Tony Romo in advance of the 2022 season, but things did not get better per Andrew Marshland. Romo signed a 10-year, $180 million contract with CBS in 2020 after rising quickly to start his career, but he suffered a decline since. Gagan, is this big news? Is CBS potentially trying to move on from their cash cow?
No, this is an overreaction. I don't believe it one bit. Romo is the voice of CBS.
Look, I know we were going to have opposite takes on this. I know you enjoy Romo's commentary a lot more than I do. I actually have to mute it when it's on. I actually do watch football games in silence. When Romo's on, I just cannot listen to it. It's not the pre-ball plays where he's telling us what's happening before, and that doesn't bother me. It's just he comes in, he's unprepared to talk about the subject. He typically knows 2 or 3 players on each team, and he's going to tell you about why they're his favorite player, Jim. And I just can't do it. It's
Fofo,
up there,
that
man.
Like
with
what you do
some of the
when
most
you come onto this podcast. You talk about 3 people, and you tell me why.
Look, man. Look, aren't you the host, man? Aren't you asking me these questions here? All right, I'm just giving you the what you want to hear. But Romo, to me, man, it's just not it. I'm not a big fan. It's either him or Collinsworth for probably 2 of my least favorite sports broadcasters, man. So, I knew we were going to disagree. I'll let you defend your golden boy Romo here.
First and foremost, let me mention one thing. The listeners might not believe you. It's true. All right. I've watched games with him and he'll mute it down. And it's hard for me to actually even watch any CBS games with Fo. And I know it's real because he'll be calling me and he'll be calling the game out, and I'm out here on a delay, all right? So he's over here pulling a Tony Romo to me. This is what Romo does, right?
You're not wrong. It does affect Football Sunday for commentary between the boys. But I will say this, Gagan, I just had Kivante chime in here. Very interesting. He says Greg Olsen is his new favorite. I don't lose as a listener, pal, but Gagan, and you've heard me say this, right behind Tony Romo is Greg Olsen. I cannot stand Greg Olsen commentary. I'm just being honest with you. I think it is. And you know what? I think it might be. I do think there's some bias there of having him be on the Panthers for all those years. I've had to watch this dude score touchdowns on my team time in, time again. Like, I don't need to see that reminder every single Sunday. And it feels like all he does is call Buccaneer games. Any Bucs fans out there can definitely attest to this. We were getting Greg Olsen. It felt like every single Sunday during our losing streak. It was awful.
Well, the other part I will attest to, you're right. I am pro Tony Romo, all right? And the thing is, I felt like when he first joined, everyone in America loved him as a broadcaster, all right? With a year or 2 into him announcing as well, people were talking about Romo being known as the next John Madden. There were rumors of like, wow, Romo will go down more as a commentator than his quarterbacking, right? And look, I really do enjoy a lot of his takes. My only thing is there are times where Romo can tone it back a little bit, right? Like, I think he almost, I don't know, like that energy is amazing, but I think he doesn't know when to tone it down, right? And it's interesting. I think that's just who Tony Romo is, though, right? He's maybe at least being genuine, and that energy is infectious, which I do enjoy. I like that in a commentator.
You can tell he's having a good time. And if you're having such a good time, Mr. Romo, all I ask, I don't need to hear about how much you love Patrick Mahomes or how much you love Josh Allen and wow and all this. Like, I get it. He makes crazy throws that nobody else in the league can make. But let's be honest here. You know, Jim Nantz carries that playoff team, and without him, man, it'd be absolutely unbearable. So I just, I'm ready, man. I'm ready for CBS to reboot the broadcasting system, man. Let's get some new blood in there.
For the record, Fopo only feels this way because as a kid, he would tell me how upset he was about Tony Romo dating his favorite actress, Jessica Simpson. All right? That's exactly what it came down to.
Pal, I didn't know we were going to be airing some dirty laundry here, but all right.
I shouldn't have gone there, should I?
Look, I will also say this. This does not reflect how I feel about Tony Romo as a quarterback, and Gagan can also back this up. I absolutely love Romo. I've always thought he was extremely underrated. And man, he was amazing to watch. Truly, one of the better, most underrated quarterbacks in football. And I think this offseason, we're probably going to be doing quite a few episodes on Romo in terms of underrated quarterbacks in history and stuff like that. But yeah, Goggin, do you have any final Romo takes that you want to drop on here?